Hi, and thanks for tuning in to our live radio show. Moments of Clarity with Tiffany will begin in just a few moments. Please stay tuned. Kindly take this opportunity to share this show on your platforms because change can only come when we stand together as one, especially when it comes to ending the stigma on mental health.
You are not alone, and help is out there.
Kids have mental health issues, and we also need to learn coping skills.
Let's get started and let the show begin. See you soon.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, you're so well alive. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today, Merry Christmas Eve for everybody, and Happy Holidays for those that don't celebrate Christmas, but it is Christmas Eve, and who better to have on the show besides someone named Angel on Christmas Eve? And we're going to go live in just about a couple of seconds, so Ed should unmute any minute or any second, but Angel, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm doing amazing. Very good. Beautiful day in Texas. It's going to be 80 degrees.
Doesn't really feel like winter or Christmas when it's that low, but yeah. So,
my humble opinion, whether it's education, whether it is term limits, you'll hear about it here on the Republic of Pinellas on Tan Talk Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network. Welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. Moments of Clarity's mission is to educate and end the stigma on mental health through the inspirational stories of our exceptional guests. You can join in the show by calling Tiffany toll-free at 866-826-1340 or on Facebook and Twitter at MOC with Tiffany. Now, here's Tiffany Warner.
Hello, and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. Merry Christmas Eve to everyone. It's a holiday. If you're out there last minute shopping, please be careful. And we're going to have a wonderful and inspiring show today. And before I formally introduce my guest, I want to say hi to Ed at the station. Hi, Ed.
Hey, Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. I won't be seeing you tomorrow, but Um, so I haven't quite formally introduced, but my guest, uh, more coincidental or perfect to have a guest named Angel on for Christmas Eve. Angel. And with her, Angel, you have your friend Sergeant on your shoulder
Yes.
there.
Yes. Sergeant, it keeps me calm.
So Sergeant's the one that might be at risk of you needing the drop button. Ed.
I was going to say, does the bird know this is FCC? All rules apply.
Yes. As
So
Okay.
far,
secretly
we've
as I
seen her
love
on
you,
the
so I
radio.
think we're good.
She's holding a beautiful, is it a macaw parrot?
Yep.
And he's green, and I've met him before, and he's all sorts of fun, but he says things that you're not allowed to say on the radio. Hard to understand it sometimes, but it's pretty funny.
He'll be good.
He's fun. He's funny though, and he's going to be joining us for the show. So Angel, meet Ed, and everybody. You can call in with any questions, feedback, anything you want to share. Say Merry Christmas, anything like that. By Christmas Eve at 866-826-1340. Once again, 866-826-1340, and say hi to Ed when you do. And Ed, thanks for being here for Christmas Eve and being at work. I don't know if it's like a holiday for most people, but thank you for being there.
You bet.
And in a week will be our 600th episode, our 7-year anniversary. So it'll be New Year's Eve, but early on. Anyway, thank you for being here, Ed, and Merry Christmas. And so my guest here, I don't have really a bio for Sergeant, but she comes with them. She's the author of the book, The Healing Soul of a Survivor. Beautifully written, by the way. And it's a story of inspiration and hope and so much. And she's currently completing a workbook that's following up on it. But The Healing Soul of a Survivor is what it's called. She's also working on a children's series through an organization called Soul Giggles and helping children learn to problem solve. It's a series that Angel's working on with her children and grandchildren. I believe you're a grandma. You don't look like one. As they navigate through the joys of growing up. Her success, she says, is being the founder of a nonprofit organization for children and families that are in need. And at the time, she was a single mom, and she found her electricity got cut off, living like really budget check to check, so that she realized that there were a lot of other people in need as well. So she started a nonprofit organization, and it received a governor's award with a 33% increase from welfare to work. And she's a successful business owner now and consultant, and she hosts groups and mentors others and gives her free time to helping others. What more can we do for the spirit of Christmas, right? And she says the biggest shift in her life was healing her inner child through forgiveness and gratitude. And welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany on Christmas Eve, Angel Ruiz.
Thank you. What an honor. It has been such an honor watching the shows and the impact and the awareness that you bring to be able to talk and connect in ways that that we need right now. So I'm honored to be here today. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being a part of it and helping me do that. Because we all have a story. We all have a journey. And in my opinion, it's how we handle things that really define our character. And I think a lot of things, at least for me, how I feel is a lot of bad things that have happened in my life have led me to where I'm at today. And that maybe they had to happen in order for me to be doing what I'm at today, and your journey has not been an easy one as well. And the way you tell it and the way that you present yourself now is what not only brought me to become friends with you, but wanted you to be on for Christmas Eve. So, and don't forget, you get a bell every time you say Moments of Clarity.
Ah, great. Yes.
So tell me, let's go back to the beginning on how this all started for you and your journey, because I know you've had a not so easy one, but handled it with grace and come a long way.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. you definitely, if you read the book, just because it's Christmas, I want to make sure that, I want to keep it light. So if you read the book, you can know the journey. And I do believe that it's easier for me to say that it was all divinely guided, because it makes it easier for me um, to forgive and let go and move on and be present. And I don't think that I would be who I am today without those difficulties, without those challenges, right?
Right.
Without the no's and the rejection, and being in boarding schools, and labeled quote unquote mentally retarded, and I'm dyslexic, but I wrote a book, right? And so I
Mhm.
believe that.
That's what makes the book even better, knowing that about you, than that you just still wrote the book. It's kind of
Yeah.
like there's been books written by people like Stephen Hawking, for instance, who could only speak like movement with his eyes. Just having brilliant people still be able to write with challenges.
Yeah.
Like Helen Keller wasn't able to even talk, and she still wrote books, things like that.
Right. Yeah. 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 So I think it's changing. Why can't I, to how can I?
Right. Yes.
Moments of clarity.
Yeah, but you didn't quite say the words "moment of clarity," but that was one. So
Yes.
I'm still bringing it on your behalf. It's a flinch. Anyway, yes. How can you? And you wrote a beautiful book, and it's beautifully written, and it's it very much captures that you very much strongly say, this is my journey. This is not to pose judgment or anything on anyone. It's your perception of
Yeah.
what you've been through and everything,
Yeah.
and make it very clear. So when you're saying it's kind of like, since it's Christmas and I want to keep it light, I'm thinking, well, I've read your book for the most part, most of it. It's kind of hard to get, but I know how it ends though, because I'm talking to you right now. So but it's a very interesting, hard to put down read, because you want to know what happens next. And so
Yeah.
for being quote unquote mentally retarded or dyslexic, I don't know, you did a fantastic job, better than I could have done writing a memoir like that. So
Thank
anyway,
you.
so you boarding schools, like foster care, things like that.
No, it wasn't foster care. I went to Scotland School and Milton Hershey School. Um, and I loved how you mentioned that, because at the very beginning of the book, it says, there's no bad characters. And it was written from the perception that I was at every age, how I saw it. And so therefore it's the perception of me when I was 5, or me when I was 7, or me when I was 12. So that it's coming from the mind of a 12-year-old, not the adult person that can look back and see how my perception of things then created the conflicts that I was dealing with as an adult, right? The repeated cycles that I was actually reliving because of my anger and resentment towards the way I processed my life. So, and I loved that you mentioned that, because I think it's really important that some people are afraid, of talking, because they don't, and nobody wants to hurt anybody, because, I love my whole family. My stepmother and I are, she was there for me, and she, took me to the doctors and was there, and we all just did the best, and people just do the best that they can with what they have. And, a lot of people are different now because they've learned better. So if we don't judge people by the way they were and by the things they've done, but allow people to heal and move on, I still have beautiful relationships with, my dad and my stepmom, and my brothers and my sisters, and my children. Our lives are transformed because I went in and I did the work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that you didn't hold grudges and things.
Yes.
So what are some things that you've gone through that you said that maybe that you would have hold grudges, that you've overcome, and that found a place of forgiveness today?
Well, I think that, I think that, when, for me, when people are living in unconscious energy, they treat you in ways that they're not aware of. So, my, my the way that I was treated as a child, the way that with being quote unquote retarded, dyslexic, I was a bad person, I was evil, I was the devil's child, and if you read the book, you'll understand, in hindsight, why maybe I was called those things or told those things, because I'm quote unquote, a child of, I don't want to say the word here, but from the book, and you know, all there's anything that you think that you could possibly think of. I'm not saying anything, but it wasn't easy. It was not easy, and only because I've done the work am I where I am. Only because I've cried and screamed and hollered and was angry and went through all of the processes of grieving and forgiving, did I get to the other side of this, and not blaming my past on how I was raising my kids. I had to take responsibility. I had to take responsibility that it wasn't their fault that I was acting this way. I have a decision now to change the way that I am, and the only way I can do that is to heal myself and to forgive and stop blaming. What I learned, what you damns you up, and what you blesses you. So now I just send blessings. I just send blessings and love. And it took me a long time to get to there. But by doing that, it's bringing me to a place of really understanding what it's like to love unconditionally. Unconditionally means no conditions.
Right.
No conditions. And not expecting them to love you back, because I love people who don't love me back. I love people who still think I'm the devil, So it's okay, because I know who I am, and I don't have to accept anyone else's opinion of me to be who I am. Right?
Yeah.
And I can still love them, and they have a right to be who they are, and they have a right to have their judgments, but I just don't have to accept it.
Mm-hmm. And that's really important too. And I love how you say that, like, just be you. And because you can't please everyone, and not everyone's going to like us. There's going to be people are going to talk no matter what. They're going to say, oh my gosh, she's too nice, or she's not nice enough, or they're this or that or whatever. I don't know. People will have their own opinions no matter how hard we try to please everyone. So it's just kind of be ourselves. And at the end of the day, we're the ones that have to put our head on the pillow and live with ourselves and our choices and how we spent the day.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important to remember these things over the holidays, when people are hustling and bustling, thinking of what are we going to cook for Christmas Eve, for Christmas Day, how do we celebrate New Year's Eve, all this stuff, which family, all these people coming over, and it turns into from a vacation to an obligation, a holiday to a stressful mess, and it's not necessary or an obligation to spend the holidays with family that are toxic. You send them a card or a text. It's not an obligation to run yourself rampant or overspend money to please everyone, because holidays are just meant to be time spent with family together, and a lot of stress and pressure are going on to things like that. And then all last week with my clients in my practice, they're sitting there going, oh my gosh, and I have to have 22 people over, and I have to do this and this and this. And it's like, why do you have to?
Yeah.
We don't have to do anything. We choose to decorate if we want, or we choose to have certain people over for family or whatever. I'm happy to say that I'm able to say no. No, I don't want to be uncomfortable over the holidays, or no, I don't want to have this person over, or no, I don't want to feel like I have to be this hostess for this many people. Just want to be able to spend time with my family, like my kids, and Zoom with friends and extended family that are far away, or things like that. Technology allows us to not have to travel all the time just to stop by and give a present. On that note, we're just going to pause here and take a break, but there's so much more that we want to say. And don't forget, you can call in 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. Tell us what you are doing over the holidays, or if you have a dilemma or are feeling complex about something about today or tomorrow, or what you should or shouldn't do, or want any advice or to share anything, something you're looking forward to or hoping to get from Santa, let us know. 866-826-1340. And we will be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. So please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werner, licensed mental health counselor and your host of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, a live radio show based on ending the stigma on mental health, which has been aired for the past 7 years and had inspirational stories from exceptional guests. This New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2021, we will be celebrating our 600th episode. We're so excited and we hope to see you there. 600th episode, wow, and 7 years on ending the stigma on mental health. For more information, you can visit the website at mocwithtiffany.com. Hope to see you there. Please be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through. And network with me because change can only come when we stand together as one. See you there. Happy holidays and God bless.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
If you're a show host, gamer, live streamer, podcast host, or radio show host that would like your message to get out and reach up to 30 platforms, then there's an affordable way to do that. It's called Restream. Restream makes it easy to broadcast professional live videos from your browser to multiple social platforms at once. Start your live show with guests, brand it with logos and overlays, and create an interactive experience for your audience. Learn more at Restream.io and mention Moments of Clarity for special offers.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Werner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Werner.
Hi, and welcome back, and Merry Christmas Eve. This is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, and my name is Tiffany Werner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And my guest today is a published author. She's a survivor of inspiration and hope and forgiveness. And what more perfect with the name Angel to have her on at Christmas Eve. And I want to welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, Angel Ruiz. And if you're just tuning in, she's holding a beautiful green macaw named Sergeant, who has been told to be FCC compliant. So far, he's been really good. So welcome back, Angel and Sergeant. Merry Christmas, everyone. There's some love from India. Jason, watching from YouTube. Merry Christmas to you too. He says, it's so great to see Angel as a guest on Moments of Clarity. Joe Potosi, a good friend of mine, and he said, thanks for joining us today. We'll invite your friends to watch the show. And if you're watching, please share it. on social media. We're on YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live, Twitter Live, as well as Facebook at MOC with Tiffany, or you can look up Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, LinkedIn. And to call in with comments or questions, 866-826-1340. And thank you. Joe's watching on LinkedIn, and Joe Potosi. If you can't call in and have a question for the guests, leave a question on the comments live, and every effort will be made to read your question live. Speaking of calling in, we have a caller on the line. We have Sean. Hi, Sean. Thank you for calling in, and welcome to Moments of Clarity.
Thank you very much. Angel, I'm going to say something. It might not be the proper or the correct terminology, but that's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned.
Just don't cuss and you're fine, Sean.
Okay. When you hear someone's story, their struggle of what they endured, and you had a similar background, there's a connection there, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a community. Even though you don't know that person, there's at least that's how I feel. I can relate. That's my point. And I heard you mention you had a stepmother. In my case, it was a stepfather. And there was no love or affection or any of those types of things. And for years, I was treated rather poorly and low self-worth, low self-esteem. But in time, because I refused to give up, I refused to believe the lies, I persevered and got through all of that. And at a point in time in my life, this is the most beautiful thing I heard you say, the gift of forgiveness. And to be able to forgive those people, whoever they were, whatever they did, in spite, especially if they never asked for forgiveness. For me, to forgive those people, it set me free. That they were written space in my mind for years, although they're out of my lives physically, but they're still not paying rent, so to speak. And it was causing collateral damage. It really was, in a real way. And once I found the ability to forgive and let go of that, they no longer had power over me. And my horizons, my potentials expanded and things began to blossom. So I want to thank you for sharing that. And I'm very intrigued in your story. I'm about to get the book. And thank you, Tiffany, for having another spectacular guest on today.
No, thank you. Every guest has an exceptional with inspirational stories. But Sean, your story is very inspirational as well, and well said. I was just putting the caption up here. To heal from the past is a choice, and it's not to let someone else off the hook. Like, there's a lot of people that have grudges or have been damaged from childhood or from the past by it's not only just family, from abusive people or abusive bullies or abuse of any sort.
Let me explain on what I meant by that. When I say I forgive you or I forgave them, that doesn't mean they're not going to be held accountable for certain things.
Right. That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah. Right. That doesn't mean that. What I meant by that was they're no longer for me, they had power over me. It's hard to describe. But in the field you work in, Tiffany, you should know about this. They, for years said you're garbage and nothing, you're never going to be nothing. And I started to believe that, and I started to live that way. And it was in my mind. And, although my stepdad was far away from me, he still seemed to have power over me, control over me. It was a strange thing. When I forgave him, and I found the ability to forgive and just not forget, it set me free. That's the only way I can describe it. But when I became a father, I refused to let him be a part of my kids' lives. That was a conscious choice. And even my mother, for reasons I won't get into, because this is not about me. This is about Angel. But I made conscious choices. I forgave her and what she did, but I don't trust her, and I didn't forget, and I refuse above everything else to let my kids be subjected to that type of environment.
It's okay. There's a choice that we want to make. I mean, and
Yeah.
I think you're very smart to be like that, to be honest. I mean, you saw how it made you feel, so why would you subject your children to the same
Right.
thing? I wasn't insinuating that you were saying that. I was just feeding off of you, like saying, but it's a choice, and I was piggybacking off of what you were saying, not saying that you weren't saying that, but
Oh, okay, I get it.
yeah, like I
Well,
was just adding to what you were saying. That's all.
yeah,
But
thank you.
it's
Thank you so much. And I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas. Stay
Merry
safe.
Christmas to you too. And
Thank you again, Angel.
I'm glad that you brought this up though, Sean, because I think there's a lot of people that feel obligated to spend the holidays around people that don't make them feel good about themselves. And that's we can love from afar. We don't have to like. We don't have to be around people that make us feel uncomfortable. This is a time to feel joy and peace and serenity and family. And even if you don't celebrate Christmas or whatever, I mean, just it's time together, time off work, time everything. And it's not really supposed to be about presents and what you bought somebody and how many things are under the tree or things like that. Maybe the gift of forgiveness is what you could give someone for Christmas. Just saying, I forgive you. That would be priceless, wouldn't it? That'd be probably the most expensive gift you can give someone. But it doesn't mean you have to sit down and have turkey with them. You might want to take the knife away from some people. I don't know. There's 1,000 funny movies about people like dreading the holidays because of toxic family or family that they can't stand. Angel, what were you gonna say?
I'd love to thank first Sean, and I want to say thank you so much for sharing that. I'm for me, I wouldn't be who I am without learning the grit that I did. So everything that I learned to overcome gave me the strength to be who I am and to be able to overcome all the obstacles that might look impossible for someone else. When we forgive, the other person doesn't heal from our forgiveness. We heal from our forgiveness. Our forgiveness is for us, and it allows them, if they so choose, to do their own work. But it frees us up from the stagnance and the dis-ease that it's causing in our body from being able to have a joyous life and be free and to be happy. So I thank you so much for sharing that, and I know how it feels. So it wasn't just my stepmother is exceptionally dear in my heart. She was really super special because even though it was a very hard time, because we were bouncing around from everywhere to everything and to everyone, and people were told stories about who we were and how bad we were or I was. But what I've learned is that for me, I let my children are grown, and people see where we are, and I think that every single human being has a opportunity in any moment to change and to go
Have a
through that
moment of
process
clarity.
of making amends and moving on. And if they're not there, then for me, I can forgive. And then that's just a door that's just not open for me until they're ready to do their healing work, because I can't make them heal. And just because I forgave them doesn't mean that they're not going to treat me that way until they're ready to heal. So instead of judging them, I send them blessings, I send them love, and I keep myself in a safe place, so that I can be happy, because that doesn't make me happy. And it doesn't feel good to feel like I'm not good enough, right? So I thank you for sharing that. And I'm definitely looking forward to checking out your book as well. So thank you for coming on and asking the question.
Thank you so much. And if I could say one more thing, Tiffany, this is, we cannot choose, for me, I cannot choose who my relatives are, but I can most definitely choose who my family is.
Yeah.
And some people in my family are not blood relatives, they're like best friends or whatever.
Me too.
So, yep. So thank you again, you guys, and Merry Christmas. You guys have a wonderful day, and
Me too.
talk soon.
Thank you, Sean, for calling in. Merry Christmas and best wishes for your holiday, and have a wonderful weekend. What he just said is so true, and it's like something of choice. We have biological, and I'm using air quotes with that biological family, but some of the best family that we have are the ones we choose that are there, our friends, or that treat us like family, that are like family to us, that they might not have been like, blood relatives or whatever, but they're there for us sometimes more than the biological family are. And those are priceless things too, things to be grateful for. Wondering what people are grateful for right now, because I think a lot of people are also struggling with sadness right now. And I want you to know you're not alone. But people that feel they have no one to spend it with, or that there's family out there that don't want to spend the holidays with them, or maybe you've lost a loved one recently and this could be the first holiday without them, or just feeling depression or anxiety. And those are very heightened, not only this time of year, but winter and through the pandemic. And a lot of people, because of COVID, can't be with their families as well. And you're not alone, and that is not uncommon. And if you're suffering with any of that, please, reach out for help and everything like that, because it's across the board happening all the time. I've been hearing about, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's time for our second break, and we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor and your host of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, a live radio show based on ending the stigma on mental health, which has been aired for the past 7 years and had inspirational stories from exceptional guests. This New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2021, we will be celebrating our 600th episode. We're so excited, and we hope to see you there. 600th episode, wow, and 7 years on ending the stigma on mental health. For more information, you can visit the website at mocwithtiffany.com. Hope to see you there. Please be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through. And network with me, because change can only come when we stand together as one. See you there. Happy holidays, and God bless.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you having trouble staying sober after you've completed rehab and need a positive environment to help you continue sobriety? At Real Recovery Sober Living, we strive in both community and environment for men in early sobriety to help support you while in early recovery. For only $750 a month, we cover everything you need when it comes to a safe, clean, and accountable environment necessary for success in sobriety. Check out our website at realrecoveryfl.com. That's realrecoveryfl.com. We have 6 locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Brandon, North Tampa, and Bradenton, because everyone deserves a quality, sober living.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, and welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and your host. And my guest today is a published author and good friend. She's also carrying her best friend, Sergeant, who's a green, beautiful macaw. And he's being very good today with minding his manners. He's hilarious because normally he says bad words to me. Anyway, welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Angel Ruiz. And if you haven't bought her book, The Healing Soul of a Survivor, it's very, very powerful read and a journey into forgiveness and forgiving her family cycles. And Angel, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And I want to keep it real too. I was just thinking, there's times there's people I'm not spending the holidays with on purpose, because in the past I look back on those moments that I was there, and it's like even like my wedding reception, I was like, why did I invite those people, or why did I allow them to come? Because they made me uncomfortable, or I didn't have a good memory with it, Not that I dislike them or hate or not forgive or whatever. It's just like, why have people around you that you can't stand on purpose? Like that are just, there's always that one that drinks too much, or the one that just, I don't know, says stuff that's offensive, or I don't know, just why do we do that to ourselves? It's just, I don't anymore. I know that. I put my foot down on that. I'm just like, what are we going to do with so-and-so in our family or whatever? And I'm like, well, they're not coming to my house. Like, they can figure out their own tradition. I decided to make my own rather than force myself to feel like obligated to be around people that tend to ruin things. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It sounds like, learning to just trust your soul. And, it's, when we go out, we're either taking on other people's trash, and sometimes we're programmed to say, oh, this is how you do it. But when we learn to let go and be where we're celebrated, not tolerated.
Yeah, I love that. Celebrated, not tolerated.
Yeah. And then be where we are appreciated, and that we're feeling good, right? Because when you're with people that feel good, you feel better. Even if they're going through a tough time, you still feel better when you walk away, right? Because you can be there, but it's reciprocal. You know that they care, that you care.
Yep. And sometimes when I speak real, because you don't have to wonder what's on my mind if you know me well enough. And people are like, could be like, well, you're a therapist. You should be nice to everyone. No, I'm a therapist. So that makes me smart enough to know when to walk away, not be toxic and not need therapy because I'm trying to please everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes people need therapy because they're trying to please everyone and then they don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So they come in for counseling.
Yeah.
And or have a conflict with someone when talking things out or taking a step back and just being able to figure out what makes you happy, what makes you feel good about life. Because time is one thing that we can't get back. Time is our most valuable gift. And every moment, every passing moment's a chance to either turn things around or do something for yourself. And that's not selfish. It's important for us to self-care and to feel not only that we matter, that things are reciprocal, like you're saying, Angel, and that people don't take us for granted, that they appreciate our kindness and not take it for weakness, and to not let people walk all over us because it starts to frustrate people into seeking counseling because they feel that they're not appreciated or that they're taken for granted or not loved enough and do everything for everyone else and then nobody reciprocates or does things for them. And at the end of the day, you're there for everyone else, but then when something happens to you, when something you need, do you have someone that would be there for you, like Angel, what you said earlier, unconditionally?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you were in debt, if you had a problem, if you needed a ride to the hospital, do you have someone that would do that for you as well as you would do that for them? And if the answer is no, then that's time to like kind of reframe something.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that you should be spending the holidays with.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And also people that that are not judging you.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't have to feel like you're walking on eggshells around, or that you're afraid to share something with because they're going to hold it against you tomorrow.
Those people are fun.
Yeah.
No. In the chats, Joe Potosi on LinkedIn says, "You're an inspiration, Angel." I thought the two is hence the Christmas Eve, Angel on Christmas Eve. Jason from India, during the holidays, stick with OQP, in the parentheses, only quality people. You have to abbreviate that to make it hard to read. Jason, seriously, yes, only quality people. Rohan, and watching from YouTube. Hi, Jason, Tiffany, and Angel. Nice to see you as well. Merry Christmas. Adam Duvall from England, watching on Facebook, says, "My past has made me who I am today, and in 2019, I hated my life, and now it's 2021, and I love my life." So that's good for you. And he says, "Merry Christmas from the mental health warrior, Adam." Adam Duvall, he's in the UK. See, we're global right now. Mental health is global. And not only that, social media has been able to, well, there's good and bad in everything, but been able to connect and introduce people, and technology where people can connect and stay in touch all over the world. But not only that, to know that you're not alone globally. Like, everyone is going through something. Everyone. And if they say they're not, they're lying.
Yeah.
But this time, there's songs that it's the most wonderful time of the year. Not for everyone. You start seeing Christmas trees up in the stores and like next to the Halloween decorations, and you're like, already? Like, geez, that kind of stuff. It starts to stress people out and make people sad that they're missing people, or a recent divorce or whatever, things like that, things that where traditions can be remade. You don't have to dwell on what you don't have.
Right.
This is a time where you can do whatever you want and make new traditions, and not focus on what you don't have, but focus on what you can do. Like you were saying earlier, right, Angel?
Yeah.
From what you can't to what you can.
Yep. I think that, and that's so, it's so, and thank you for sharing that. I think that for me, the biggest shift that happened in my life is when I graduated from school and I had nowhere to go. I couldn't go to my mom's, I couldn't go to my dad's, and I'm, graduating and nowhere to go. And I was so angry. I was angry, and I felt like I didn't want to be alive anymore. I became very bulimic and wanted to disappear. And my art teacher, my mentor, his name was Mr. Stacks. He said, "You are being so ungrateful. There are so many people here trying to love you and be there for you and give you the support. But instead of focusing on what you have, you're so focused on what you don't have and who's not there for you." And that was the biggest shift in my life. It shifted me to understand how gratitude for what I do have and who does love me. And that was the biggest shift. And now, no matter what I'm going through, no matter how hard it is, if I can just get grateful for one thing, or if I could say, you know what, if I wanted to be, what could I be grateful for? And it compounds. And then I can build and build and build. The other day, my husband was, the holiday season and all the shift and all the stuff going on. He has a resistance to change, and he was really frustrated. And I started to feel like this overwhelmed feeling. And I sat outside and I just said, wait a minute. I understand that right now I'm really frustrated with him, but if I could, what could I be grateful for? And all of a sudden, the list just went on and on and on. And I started crying. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm so upset about one tiny little thing that I'm missing this big list of all the stuff that he does for me. And gratitude can shift you out of a tough situation. It's not a miracle cure. We still go through stuff, but it just makes it a little bit more bearable. So thank you for mentioning that.
And you just went through something that for people in Kentucky that just lost all of their belongings and everything from a tornado. And God bless you, and my heart goes out to them. You recently went through a tornado too, where your glass house lifted you up off the ground, and you were in the greenhouse, and that's must have been. And I know it was really scary, and life is precious.
Yeah.
What we do have, and everything could be gone in just a second.
Yeah.
So we have to be grateful for what we do have, and
I thank you for sharing that, because it was an 80-foot fiberglass greenhouse, and it flew in the air over a tree, and I flew in the air with it like Dorothy.
You were in the greenhouse.
No, I was outside it. So it picked me up, the whole greenhouse, which was really long, lifted me up, and it flew in the air and flopped down on top of me. And a little tiny bush was there that I hid under. And that's the only way I'm alive right now, because of a little bush that I kept telling my husband to move.
Oh my gosh. And then
I could have been stuck in the trauma. I did have to work through trauma. I had to work through it. Be honest about how you feel when you feel it. But I was grateful for that little bush.
And I guess
and I was grateful that he did remove it. And so there was things to be grateful for. I was grateful that I still had my life, but I still had to work through the trauma and the pain, the trauma in my body, that flying in the air and it landed, and knowing that I
close call.
Yeah.
Experience. We only have a few minutes left, so I have to wrap this up. But how do we purchase your book, The Healing Soul of a Survivor?
Yes.
How do we purchase your book, Angel?
How do we get it? Amazon. You can get it from Amazon. And if you do right here, anybody who gets on here and comments or likes Moments of Clarity and responds me and sends their address back channel to you, I will send an autograph copy to them.
Thank you.
Well, at least 5. I'll send 5 out.
5 out. So be the first to message Angel back channel. I guess on your Facebook page, Angel Ruiz, and first 5 listeners that say Moments of Clarity and send your address, you get an autographed copy. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, Angel. And everyone else, Merry Christmas. And please be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through. And please make sure that you take care of yourself and make the holidays something positive with gratitude, and focus on what you do have and rather than what you don't. And just remember that you're not alone. We'll see you next week, Thursday and Friday from 12 to 1. And especially New Year's Eve. That's our 600th episode. It's going to be a fantastic show with 6 fabulous guests. And so 12 to 1. You're loved, and everyone take care of yourself, okay? See you next week.
Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity.